One must be balanced in yin, negative, and yang, positive, to become a saint. Supreme Master Ching. Please watch on to find out more.
Greetings, peace-loving viewers. I am Richard from Minnesota, USA. The American people pray to heaven to send you immense love and blessings. In today's episode, entitled From Supreme Master Ching Hai's book, Secrets to Effortless Spiritual Practice, Part 1 of 2, we present to you the wisdom of Supreme Master Ching Hai. Supreme Master Ching Hai is a highly gifted, multi-talented, and fully enlightened master. She is a world-renowned humanitarian, environmentalist, author, artist, designer, musician, film director, and spiritual teacher whose love and care for humanity is boundless. Supreme Master Ching Hai studied and teaches the words of Jesus, Buddha, Lao Tzu, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, Guru Nanak, and many others. The Kuan Yin method has been practiced by all these great enlightened masters. She reminds us of the similarities between all the great teachings and that all the great masters are preaching the same truth. Supreme Master Ching Hai is always merciful with infinite love, and in her book, Secrets to Effortless Spiritual Practice, she offers many helpful tips derived from her personal experiences that serve as practical and effective tools to assist the spiritual seekers in pursuing the spiritual path. Today we share with you the wise teachings of Supreme Master Ching Hai with excerpts from Secrets to Effortless Spiritual Practice. To really become a saint, we have to be perfect in every aspect, not just a particular aspect. If we're only magnanimous, but never criticize, then it is also no good. For instance, if at times when you should criticize and educate people, you praise them instead, you only spoil them and ruin their judgment ability in spiritual practice. That's why I say one must be balanced in yin, negative, and yang, positive, to become a saint. We should penetrate all aspects of this world. Living in the world, we still need to eat, sleep, and interact with people. Therefore, we ought to be normal. As to our inner level or spiritual progress, we should just keep it to ourselves and refrain from revealing it through our outer deportment. We can't reach heaven in one step. It's the same for our spiritual practitioners. As long as we practice diligently every day, when the time comes, we'll get results naturally. It's just like raising our children. As long as we take good care of them every day, they'll grow up themselves. When we look back, we say, wow, they've grown so tall. Some are even taller than their parents. Then, all of a sudden, our hair has started to turn white, and we don't remember since when. Even I have grown a few pieces of white hair. I have counted. There are 3. So don't worry if you don't see any results. Just continue practicing diligently and don't be attached to the results. Some fellow initiates told me that they had not seen any visions in their meditation. I said there was no use in seeing visions. If our mind is getting more stable, if we feel more secure, if we have faith and happiness, and if we feel the protection of God's power, then we've already had the most precious experiences. Seeing light and having visions are nothing. There are some people who have visions in meditation, but their mind is still not stable, and they lack faith, and then they drop out of our group. Some people have very strong faith in me. They know that following me is the right way. They focus their minds on this method, and they don't go astray. Such people have the most superior experiences. Therefore, when you listen to other initiates talking about their visions, don't get upset. When we feel peaceful and secure, we're having the best experience. However, if you haven't heard the inner sound, it's not easy for you to feel peaceful and secure. It's not easy. I've heard that laughter is good medicine that can cure any disease. There's a Chinese saying, one should laugh heartily 3 times a day. So how many times have we laughed today?
Too many times to count?
No wonder some people accuse me of not being serious enough. They say instead of expounding on Holy Scriptures, I tell jokes all the time. This is because we're specializing in jokes. So if anyone asks you, just tell them that we belong to the religion of laughter. If a Buddha is miserable, then he's a miserable Buddha. He's useless. What good is it to become a Buddha if he can't even laugh? In the West, there's also a saying, a saint who is miserable is a miserable saint. Therefore, we can tell how high our level is by looking at how much we laugh every day. We can measure our level by our laughter. And we don't have to wait to find out after we start practicing the Kuan Yin method with a master. Those who can't laugh are miserable saints. They're too serious. They're not open enough. They have nothing to laugh at because their hearts are not open. The more we do our spiritual practice, the more light-hearted we become. We become very open-minded. We feel there is nothing worth picking on, and we don't care about whether things are good or bad. That's why being a master is so difficult. She has to fix people's shortcomings, even though these things don't matter to her. She doesn't mind anything anymore, so how can she still do this job? It's so troublesome and so tiring. She has to force herself to do things she doesn't like to do. In the past, when I lived alone, I was very happy. I wanted nothing and needed nothing. Now I have a lot of disciples, and my trouble has increased as well. It's true. You all bring your troubles to me and tell me about them. Each one of you tells me a different kind of problem. When I see you being so miserable, I worry about you and try to reduce your pain. As a result, I'm dragged down by you. I can only recover after I've solved all your problems because I am one with you. For those who are parents, don't you suffer when your child is sick, right? You can't sleep, you sit beside your child, comforting him, fanning him, and taking care of him. You can't sleep or eat, and you look very pale. You blame yourself for not being able to take over your child's sickness or to share his suffering. It's not that you get sick yourself, it's just that you feel the same pain as the child, even though you're healthy yourself. You feel sad because your child feels so small and so weak. And he continually cries because he can't tell you where his pain is. Isn't it so? Even worldly parents are like this, let alone the spiritual parent of practitioners. She truly cries for us. But if the situation is already very painful and you allow yourself to become miserable, how can you continue to live? So we should always look at the bright side of things. I always tell jokes to make you laugh because by nature, I like to laugh. We have to laugh whenever we can because it's not easy to laugh in this world. If you come here to spend time with me and still can't laugh, then you're hopeless. You're beyond cure. You'll never be able to find happiness anywhere. Therefore, if you want to become a Buddha, you should remember, when you come here, you're going to be a laughing Buddha. Even if you can't become a Buddha, at least you can become a deity, a laughing deity. If we don't have an open heart and a tolerant attitude, what good is it to become a Buddha? The more we practice, the more relaxed we are. We don't have any guilty feelings, nothing can bind us, and no preconceived concepts can oppress us. We become very expansive, like the air, like the ocean. We're not limited by any biases or bound by any traditions or customs. Our hearts become wide open. That's why it's easy for us to laugh. We can laugh even if there's no reason to laugh, because we're so happy inside. After some times of more effort and sincerity, God will take us to the land of laughter. That's where we have a lot of jokes, and everything is funny to us. There are no more miserable Buddhas. There are no serious saints that walk around trying to show people that they've worked hard, that they're devoted to Master, that they love Master so much they have to jump in front of everyone just to see the Master, etc. That's why you've often heard that most masters have a lot of humor. They can laugh at everyone, even God and themselves. That's the landmark of an enlightened person. They've arrived at the land of laughter because they know everything is really just a game. If I die, I will die laughing. That's the truth. When we understand the truth, we can have fun from all sides. That's why we shouldn't stop laughing under any circumstances. Actually, we practice hard only to reach the point of relaxation so that we can enjoy what we are and what we have in any circumstance. Then we can open our hearts and tolerate anything, and we can feel the God nature in all beings, so we don't look down upon anyone. We might look down upon their habits or their accumulated bad manners, but we don't look down upon them. Even if we don't like their habits, we like the person all the time. When I talk to you about marriage and love, please don't think that I'm going beyond my responsibility. No. I do it because you cannot go into samadhi in your meditation if you don't have a happy marriage or good relations with your spouse. You feel inner anguish and emotional turmoil. Your mind is filled with all those things. You can't even recite the holy names, not to mention entering samadhi. At that time, your partner is more important than the Master. But I don't blame you, because such things are unavoidable. At that moment, you don't even want to go into nirvana. Even if you do, you can't because you're unhappy. I've gone through all of this before, so I can be your teacher now. Such situations are difficult to avoid and control. Of course, when we progress spiritually, we know how to deal with our loving marital relationships. However, there are some fellow practitioners who feel emotionally depressed and miserable inside. Therefore, I have to talk to you about worldly affairs, because they're related to spiritual practice. When you're happy, you're in nirvana. No matter who comes to you, you feel happy. You can love anyone, you can forgive anyone, you can give anything to anyone. But when you're not happy, you don't want to do anything or take any responsibility. You can't even do so if you want to, because you don't have the inspiration to do so. At that time, you're tired of everything and want to forget the whole world. That's why there's a saying that goes, "The Dharma exists in worldly affairs." Am I right? That's it. You've all experienced it. Therefore, I often say that if you want to proceed smoothly along the spiritual path, you have to protect your emotions and your marriage. Those of you who are still single should protect your relationships with your loved ones as well. If you truly love each other, it will be too late if you try to make amends once you break up. Beautiful times don't last forever. You don't always meet someone you really love and want to share your life with. So take care once you find him or her. Don't think that this is a trivial or worldly affair. No. People often feel lonely without a companion. Some can bear it, but most can't. So take care to protect it if you still need it. Even small pearls are protected and cherished as treasures, let alone love. It could be very helpful to you, though you should not be attached to it. You cannot ignore it either. A car may not be a person like you are, or part of you, but you still need it to come to Shihu. It would be too inconvenient and time-consuming to come on foot. You can't say, "I come to Shihu to practice spiritually and get enlightenment. Why do I need a car? It's only a physical vehicle. Just abandon it by the roadside." You can't do that. It takes you here in much less time and brings you to me more quickly. You can save much time for meditation. Of course, you can come on foot, but that would take you several months, and I would have probably left by the time you arrived. Some spiritual practitioners are very contented, lively, and at ease because nothing is stuck in their minds. They're more ingenuous. They don't feel any restrictions or pressure. Therefore, they don't need much sleep and still remain very relaxed and energetic. It truly is so. If you recall, when we're happy, cheerful, no matter for what reasons, no matter if we're with friends, husband, wife, or children, we can chat happily all through the night. Even though we've only slept for 1 or 2 hours, we still feel that we're full of energy. But when we're miserable, carrying a guilty conscience, or when karma comes, we feel very, very tired, no matter how much we slept. That's why I told you this morning to relax. Relax and relax. Love your family. Truly love them, and they will love you too. Then, due to this love, we will feel very lively and happy. It will be easy for us to accept people from outside and to love others. Try it when you return home. This is the path to being happy. Most people owe their success in their career to having a secure family. Members of their family have more affection for each other. They're more united and cooperative and not complicated. Both the husband and wife create a harmonious atmosphere, so they are not easily affected by trials outside. They're also not easily troubled. When we're happy, we don't mind about others' mistakes as much. We're not concerned or troubled. If we refuse love from our families, refuse love from people close to us, then we won't be successful in whatever we do. We feel so miserable that we can't bear even ourselves. And of course, we can't bear other people. The disorders and troubles in society all come from dissonance at home. It's because we don't have good friends who are willing to make sacrifices, to offer sympathy to each other, accept each other, and respect each other. We don't have anyone who truly knows us well and can be a friend for life. Understand? That was why I said not to turn your home into a hell, because we live in it. We need to look after it, organize it, repair it, make it look beautiful, and turn it into a heaven. It's not out of compassion or brotherly love that we love others. We love others because we want to be comfortable and happy. The more we offer our love to others, the more others will love us. When all the people love each other, how comfortable that will be. Wonderful viewers, we appreciate your loving presence on today's episode of From Supreme Master Ching Hai's book, Secrets to Effortless Spiritual Practice, Part 2 of 2. Coming up next is Modest Fashion Shows, the new global trend, right after noteworthy news here on Supreme Master Television. We wish you a joyous and peaceful day.
For more details, please visit suprememastertv.com/WOW.